Hello guys, this is FSXIV, another battle for you guys. Okay, and this is me, FSXIV, playing as Protoss as usual. We have ToxicRain this time, not playing as Zerg, he's playing as Terran. Up in the top right, let me switch to everyone, we have Brink playing as Protoss. And unfortunately for this game, Rowantree here doesn't play. So it's really a 2v1, but we don't figure that out until later in the game. But nevertheless, it's still a good game. We'll have to see, because Brink is pretty good as he is a Protoss player. Anyway, starting right off the bat here, warping in Pylon, getting that set, and I believe he's building a refinery here. My friend ToxicRain, I'm just gonna call him Toxic because that's proper. I'm just gonna switch it to my vision here. And yeah, I'm really starting to like recording Starcraft videos. I think they're pretty neat, and I think there's a lot of audience out there who like to watch them. And even if they're novice games, I think that's alright. We got one supply depot going up here, just behind the minerals. And not building much else here. First thing he's probably going to build is a barracks, probably then a factory. Not sure. This is my first time viewing this replay, so next I have a gateway warped in here, almost halfway done. Minerals are going good. I got one worker on the way, one assimilator being warped into the high Vespine geyser, and yes, we do have one barracks going down up here, so that's going on the way. We'll have plenty of Reapers, Marines, and Marauders on the way. Plenty of probes here, all mining. Okay, sending one probe out, not quite yet. Not quite yet. Okay, this assimilator just got warped in, and I'm going to have a couple probes work on that immediately and start gathering down. I got one gateway already in, and I'm going to be training one zealot. I'm going to go ahead and start taking out these rocks right here. Moving back to Terran, we got our barracks is almost underway, and our second refinery is almost underway as well, with one SCV in training. So that's looking good over there. I've got one zealot almost done here, and we send one probe out to go build a pylon over here. Cybernetics core is almost in, so I'm going to research warp gate technology, and I'm going to do another 4-gate strategy, except I'm probably going to use more gates this time since it's a larger map, and I'm just going to need more units over a larger space. Okay, so that cybernetics core is warped in. Immediately start researching warp gate technology. Immediately. There we go. Okay. And we have enough to chrono boost. No, we don't. At that time I didn't. I usually chrono boost it always. We got one tech lab up here, so that he's going to research Reapers. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we got Reapers going in, I believe. He researches. And first things first, my zealots that I train are going to move in there. I warp in a proxy pylon over here. This is just to keep an eye. I like to put a pylon here just to keep an eye on the base and just how things are going. I mean, it's up to you. You can do that too, but I just like to have an eye over here because if I spot a unit here, it'll be my early warning. I go ahead and place another pylon here so I can warp in units by our entrance, so should anyone try to attack, I can immediately have a whole army of units just being warped in right here. Got a lot of probes here, and we're going to go ahead and build, I forget what this building is called yet. Twilight Council, that's right. I'm still really new to Starcraft 2, and there's a lot of buildings that I'm not quite sure of yet, and you know, the names of them, they don't stick with me too well. So I'm just used to playing with the regular Templar archives instead of the Twilight Council. So okay, so now we got two zealots here. They're gonna just start taking on these rocks, and they'll be down in no time. Once I get the rocks down, I'm going to bring out an observer, and I'm going to put a pylon here and a pylon here. I'm going to try to rush their base and see if I can destroy them early. At this time, I only know that I'm playing against Terran and Protoss. I don't know how the skill level of them, so I'm really all for them. First thing I'm going to research here at the Twilight Council, I believe, is charge. It's an important ability for your zealots to have them be able to charge into situations. It gives them a boost that they need sometimes to close distances pretty quick since they are indeed a melee unit. Moving on, we got our second gateway coming into alignment here. Looking good. Already I have warp gate technology researched, and here we go. That's right. We got warp gates already ready to go, and I got my probe a little late. I should have already had my 4 warp gates, but I did it a little slower this time because I knew I wasn't going to immediately kill the enemy with just using a 4 gate. So I took it a little bit slower than normal, and here we go. We got 2 more gateways coming in, but that's no problem because I can just warp in 1 unit for now at the time needed. I'm not going to need that capability. Okay, so we have a couple Reapers going out here. They're going to scout out the base, enemy base here. We're going to jump up here. Okay, this Reaper jumps over this wall, I believe, and we figured out that Terran isn't playing, so it's really a 2v1, which is no big deal because you know, that's just unfortunately that's just the way of the game. Well, it makes it easier for us, I guess. But you'll see, Protoss was a worthy player. I do have to agree. So we're going to go ahead and continue on here. Now my Zealots are going to go ahead and move out, and they're going to go ahead and take position. Okay. So, now we got 1, 2, 3 more warp gates coming in here. And we finally see that Terran isn't playing at all, and Protoss is not going anywhere so far, as far as I can. So, the first thing I do here is bring my Zealots up here, and my probe is here, and he's going to go ahead and warp in a pylon, and then I'm going to move my probe over here, and I'm going to go ahead and warp in a secondary pylon. These Zealots are going to go ahead and start smashing away these rocks, because it's important to get them. My second proxy pylon is coming in, this pylon's coming into alignment, and I can immediately start warping in units on the ground here. Now, the important thing is that I get an air unit so that I can have a visual over the entire base. So I'm warping in 1 Void Ray here. As you can see, we have our warp gates here being transformed. Very nicely done. And we're going to have a strong army. My resource income is very powerful right now. I have a bunch of collectors right now. Terran is doing good. They got a starport, a barracks factory going here. We got a marauder sitting here. Already working on a second expansion, and we already have some mules up here mining. As soon as this Void Ray comes in, I'm going to send him out, and he's going to go observe the base. He's going to work as my spotter, and he's going to take out the pylons while my units do most of the dirty work. For now, all I know is that this is Protoss right here. That's all I know, because at that time that's all I was scouted. But you'll see he's a pretty well set it up player. So here we have our Void Ray, and we have our fleet beacon. Again, I was preparing to have carriers because if I couldn't end this game right now, I knew I would have to take it into the after game, and I knew I couldn't do it without carriers. So immediately I get this Void Ray over so that I can have some firepower in the front line, and so I can spot this dark area, this fog of war, so that I can go ahead and warp in some units just above the cliff. So this Void Ray is moving out here, and let's see what else is going on out here. Okay, I got 1 pylon being warped in, 2 pylons being warped in. Proxy pylon here is just chilling. Let's see what else. Bunch of units here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now, for a few seconds here. Okay, here we go. And this is a good strategy. I love doing this, especially with Protoss, and this is why I love Warp Gate. Watch this. Immediately get my Void Ray charged up, and I warp in these units right up on the cliff top. And they're just going to take out this base. Well, the first thing I do is I move this Void Ray, and I take out this pylon, because that's important. If I take out the pylon, it'll take out the power. Well, actually, once it's charged up, I'm going to take out these stonkers. Just watch how fast this warp ray takes out all these stonkers here. It's amazing. Immediately, he's training up 2 Void Rays to try to counter me, but it doesn't work out too well since my Void Ray goes ahead and takes out that pylon. Okay, now I'm just going to keep warping in units, and I pretty much crush it back here. This is the backdoor strategy I like to use, where basically you just attack the back of the base using warp gate technology. And since I have I think I have like what? I'm not sure how many warp gates I have, but I have a bunch of them, so I can just keep spamming units basically. It works good if you can do it just right, pull this on. And again, my Zealots have charge, so they're capable of running around no problem at all. Terran comes in, he has his siege tanks and his marauders, and he makes easy work of all the buildings. No problem with that. And I make easy work of these probes too. My Zealots start to master them. And yeah, and so this is it. That's the crush that I got the good game, and that's the crush that brought victory. This is a cool strategy. I mean, if you can pull it off, it's great. You can do the same using Void Rays, or not Void Rays, Warp Prism. But you know, it takes time to train a Warp Prism, and if you just get a pylon out there, you can have the same effect. So then we finally destroyed Terran here, and unfortunately, it wasn't really a fair game. So I don't know if it's a real victory for us, because it was just a 1v2. So I'm not gonna criticize them for being bad, because really, it wasn't a fair game. But it was still a fun game, because I did get to try out that strategy, and it worked out great. Again, you know, he had 2 Void Rays on the way. He had 2 Stargates, a Forge. He was planning on teching, while I already had an army, and that's an advantage of going with a 4 or multiple game strategy, is that you'll have the firepower early on in the game that you need to destroy your enemy. Alright, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I thank you for paying attention, and I thank you for watching. Really, you can rate, comment, subscribe if you want. I don't really care. I'm not too big on the subscribers, but do check out my friend's channel, ToxicRain. Here, he needs some subscribers, and he's a good friend of mine. So, you know, add him. Maybe we'll play some games. Alright, YouTube. Peace out.